This one bug has frustrated me for a few months now, so last week I decided to sit down and solve it, but what I discovered is that a lot more is broken than I thought. For the hockey playoffs and preseason, I had added a little feature to my Chrome extension that would 1. Display an indicator if the game is a preseason game, and 2. For playoff games, the series score would be shown. So if a team was winning the series 3-2 so far, that would be displayed. If a team had already won the series, I would indicate that as well. It's a pretty straightforward feature and it wasn't too complicated to build. However, during this past hockey playoffs, I noticed that the series description was no longer displayed for any of the playoff games. I waited until after the season ended to investigate further just so users weren't disrupted. It turns out that the issue was caused by a dependency on a property that no longer exists in the response object. I've tried going through all of my previous commits to see if maybe I was using a different endpoint in the past, but nothing. It seems like this company that I pay for the data released a breaking change for this endpoint. The good news is that it was easy to make changes so that I can again recognize whether or not a game is a playoff or preseason game. The bad news is that the playoff series information is no longer present in the response from the endpoint I used to get updated scores. I did find that there's another endpoint which does contain the series length information, but it will only return games that are live, meaning they've already started. This doesn't help me much since my application displays the entire schedule. The only remaining solution I can think of is to determine all of the series information myself. For example, I can detect that a game is part of the playoffs. To get the series record, I can search for previous games in the database in the playoffs between the same two teams. The only unlikely but possible issue I can foresee, however, is a change to the playoff format. Typically during the NHL playoffs, all series are a best of 7. However, during the 2020 playoffs, due to the shortened season, some of the series were best of 5 while the others remained best of 7. How can I handle this or any other changes to the playoff format automatically without relying on 7 as a hard-coded value? One possibility is using the other endpoint during game 1 of a playoff series just to get the series length. It wouldn't even add too many additional requests since I just need the information once. But since I'm extra paranoid, what happens if that one request during game 1 fails? Now we will never know the series length. Perhaps this is a rare edge case and I can assume that if the series length is null that it's probably 7, but then again, if I'm not worried about these edge cases, I should just assume that all series are a best of 7. Anyway, I'm not super worried about rushing a solution here since the playoffs are many months away, so I won't fully fix this feature for now, but I'll definitely think more about a solution and implement during the season. Thanks for watching and have a great day.